method. In today's video, we'll be looking at the transformation, and the transformation that we'll be looking at is reflection. And the specific reflection that we will be looking at is a reflection in the x-axis. But before we go do that, let us dive into the definition of what a reflection is. So a reflection is a type of transformation that flips a shape in a mirror line so that each point is the same distance from the mirror line as its reflected point. Now, the whole concept of reflection can be seen in nature all the time. Whenever we go to a bathroom and look into that mirror, we are seeing a reflection of ourselves. So we will see it when we have nice, beautiful scenery over water. We have certain forms of reflection. So here, the pictures on the screen here will depict what a reflection actually is. And from these images, you will realize that the objects and the image are congruent, and that there is a line which we call the mirror line, right? That seems to just cut the image and the object in two. All right. And so, what are the properties of a reflection? We need to look at that, right? Properties of reflection are congruency. One of them is congruence. What does that mean? Objects and image are congruent. What does that mean? Objects and image are of the same size. All the properties in terms of corresponding angles are equal. Not only that corresponding angles are equal, but corresponding sides are also equal in length. In addition to that, we have objects and image are laterally inverted. What does laterally inverted mean? It means that the right becomes the left and the left becomes the right. Also, the top becomes the bottom. All right. And so if we are to look at the reflection in the x-axis, what does that mean is that the x-axis here is our mirror line. So that is our mirror line. All right. So therefore the object and image are to be equal distance from the mirror line. We will also realize that the corresponding angles from the image and object on the screen here are congruent. So angle A, if you look at angle A, is equal to the angle A of the image. Angle B of the object is equal to angle B of the image, and angle C of the object is equal to angle C of the image. So from this diagram here, we will realize that the x value remain, because if we look at point A, we have negative 2, 1, and then B is negative 2, negative 1. What does that mean? Is that the x value remains. However, the y values attain a negative sign here in this instance. So what does that mean? If the y values were positive, then they will become negative, and if they were negative, they will become positive. And so if we look at the concept, the basic concept behind a reflection in the x-axis is, so the x values will remain, but the y values will attain the opposite sign. That's basically what this means. And this here represents the 2 by 2 matrix that will represent a reflection in the x-axis. So the reflection in the x-axis is represented by 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, negative 1. Okay? So it's 1, 0, 0, negative 1. So here we're going to be looking at an example now. It's given the vertices of triangle ABC, where A is negative 2, 1, B is negative 1, 4, C is 3, 1. Calculate the points of the vertices of the image of the triangle ABC. Now, whenever we are multiplying matrices, what we must remember is the rows of the first multiplied by the columns of the second. And it's very important that the 2 by 2 matrix goes before the object points. In addition to that, you will realize that our object points, or the vertices of the object points, were given in the form of a row matrix. However, when they are being calculated, when we are finding the image points, we convert these row matrices into the form of a column matrix here. So here we have the table and the results table, which was pre-done, but let us go through it so that you can see how we arrive at these values. Now, so we have 1 times negative 2 will give us negative 2, and 0 times 1 will give us 0. So it's a row of the first, Remember, it's the rows of the first multiplied by the columns of the second. And so for point A, we will, for the x value, we are going to remain at -2. Let us look at the other point. So we have 0, -2 will give us 0, and -1 times 1 will give us -1. So here for the image of point A, we will realize that the x values remain, while the y value goes to from +1 to -1. So if we follow that concept, then for b prime, the x value will still remain -1, while the b value will move from +4 to -4. For the c value, the x value again will remain. However, the y value will go from +1 to -1. And basically, that's how if we can just remember that basic concept, that the x value will remain as x, and the y value will go to -y. So basically, that's what we one way that we can use to remember what would happen. Okay, so if we were to look at if we were to place this on a graph, we will realize now that if this is the object again, then the x value here, the x-axis here is our mirror line, so which falls halfway between the object and the image. So basically, the object and the image are supposed to be equal distances from the mirror line. And so here we have the object, so we have a being -2, 1, and b -1, 4, and c being 3, 1. And then if we were to reflect it again, it's like folding a paper along this line. It's like folding a paper along that line, right? And then the object and the image will fall perfectly on each other. Again, and we will realize that b being the top here, but here b prime is the bottom. So basically, again, what are the concepts? One, object and image are congruent, so both objects and image are supposed to be of the same size. Corresponding angles are equal, corresponding sides are equal. In addition to that, they are laterally inverted, so the top becomes the bottom and the bottom becomes the top, or the right becomes the left. Basically, that's how we perform a reflection in the x-axis. Now, these concepts, come back, watch these videos, learn and continue to learn, so that when you get your CSEC math exam, you will do well. All right, so again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, so that you can continue to learn math and become better at doing math. Okay, thank you. Have a blessed day.